Hey family, thanks so much for watching this video. I wanted to just jump in here real quick to give some quick information about this video that you're watching. It's a part of a larger series that's on my personal brand channel, Aaron Hill TV, and it's called MPE Tutorials and MPE Vlogs. It's a series that I'm starting now, and soon there will be hundreds of videos because this is a daily process that I want to pull you in on. So as you can see, MPE stands for Music Production and Engineering, and the vlogs will be my full-length sessions when I sit down on a daily basis and go through these topics as I'm making music and working on different things. The tutorials will be segments pulled from those vlogs for shorter tutorials about how to do specific things. And I want to offer them both to you, but I wanted to let you know they won't be on the performance track channel because the goal is to keep them separate in order to keep them succinct. The performance track channel is more so for backing tracks and lyric videos, and I don't want to bombard that channel with these, even though they'll be useful to some people. So I wanted to tell you that to say, come on over to the Aaron Hill TV channel on a daily basis. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications button because I'll be releasing these regularly, and I'll only have one here or there, a shorter segment of that on the performance track channel, just to let the new people know who come to that channel that this is going on the other channel. So thanks a lot for bearing through this, and I hope that you find that helpful. And again, head on over to my channel, Aaron Hill TV, like, subscribe, and look out for these daily MPE tutorials and daily MPE vlogs. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the video. So this is hopefully really quick, definitely faster than normal. Recording, editing, a little bit of production, editing, mixing, and touches of mastering tutorial that I'm going to try to fly through. So this is a project that I'm doing for a client, and I only have but so much time to work on it because I got to jump on another project. So I figured one way to help me get through it really quickly was to do a tutorial because I couldn't make the tutorial but so long. So with that, we're diving right in. If you hear me pause for 2 or 3 seconds, that's just me clearing my throat and not doing it in your ear, so bear with me. All right, so here we go. Now this is a gospel song, and I'm basically doing this song this is the end of the song as far as production. I recorded piano, I recorded organ, I recorded bass and drums. And I recorded strings as well. I'm getting ready to do another string line and chimes and maybe a bit of a click track. We'll see. And so where I am in the process that the track is actually done, but the client wanted more energy between the bridge and the last part of the song. So I had to go back in and re-record the drums for the bridge and re-record the bass line for the bridge. So that's where I am right now. I just finished those two things. I'm going to play it for context, and I feel pretty good about that. The funny thing is that it's a bit more busy than I actually am as a musician these days. But she wanted a certain kind of energy, so it's not bad, but I'm definitely being way more busy on drums and on bass than I was prior to this. So anyway, here's some context. Let's play. Oops. Sorry about your ears if that was loud. My apologies. Let's take this down a couple notches. And here we go. I'm going to give you some context of this. Let's go midway second verse. So it's a ballad, down-tempo song. So right here is where she wanted it with more energy. it breaks down and goes back into like a more down tempo or down as far as its dynamic feel. Okay, so that whole bridge was a little bit less amped than that, less energized. And so now the next step in the process is I figured I would do a few little things to just beef it up a bit. So I started with re-recording the drums for that part and re-recording the bass. Now what I think I'm going to do is a quick strings track and a chimes track, maybe a string track that just kind of does like a solo melody or something on top of the strings I have there, and the chimes that just hits certain notes of the chord to just accent, to give it a little bit more energy. Let's give that a try. So let's go into, I'm using Omnisphere here, and I'm going to see if I can find something stringy that works. So I'm thinking about something that's maybe a violin or some kind of solo. Let's go into pads and string. In fact, let's do it this way. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go too deep as far as auditioning sounds. I really just want to get something simple that fits so I can keep it moving. We don't want synth though. We want genuine acoustic strings. So I actually like these, but I don't like the attack. Sounds like a wind instrument actually. So that's not bad. Let's see what we got with that. Now I'm just gonna freestyle some ideas because in the original song is a different string arrangement. When it comes to strings, you know, part of this vlog is just kind of showing my process mentally as well. So when it comes to strings, I'll take the highlights and then I'll invent my own parts around that. I don't try to duplicate string parts exactly unless I have to. Unless it's a part of the song that's like, I mean, it's a calling card of the song, then, you know, you got to. So let's see. Let's feel this out. Okay. First thing I need to do is get rid of all that. That's the duplicate of the first track, and I don't want that. I want the second track to basically complement the first track. Here's the first track. So with the second track, kind of want to. You know, just kind of playing around. Again, I don't know exactly what my ideas will be. Now, in a future video, I'll also have a camera where you can see my fingers and that kind of thing. For right now, just got to keep it simple to keep it moving. So I'm going to put everything in, and I'm going to just start playing around. So just freestyling right now, and gonna just kind of play through that like 2 times, and then I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't get too deep as far as being too analytical, because you always want to trust your gut feeling. It's okay to play through a couple times, especially if you got a good feel or good ear. Play through a couple times, but go with your gut feeling a lot of times, because after a while you can, I mean, string parts, I'm playing keyboard strings. You're playing keyboard strings. So it's like you can get some realistic things by doing some different kind of voicing. Now, you'll see that in a future video where I'll show my fingers, but I'm basically trying to think more like string players, as opposed to thinking just in all parts that I will play as a piano player. I might play this differently, like, moving voices around different. Anyway, we'll go through that in a future tutorial as far as string techniques. But for right now, I just don't want to get too bogged down in thought. I just want to kind of flow. So I'm going to back it up, play through half of the second verse, and then just feel my way through, and then I'm just going to record. Part something like that. One more time through. I'm starting to feel it, and then we're just gonna go for it. Something like that. All right, here we go. Just gonna go for it. I like the freestyle like this. It's fun, and it allows you to be more realistic and not so programmed, like more natural to. Well, now of course string players would actually have a part, but in this case, if this was someone playing strings, then they would probably think differently depending on how they felt each pass. So here we go. We're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start, I think, I want to start from back here because I want to lead in with the strings before we get to the bridge. And here we go. Okay, so the only part that I didn't like at all, because my fingers got kind of crossed, was this very last part. But I think I might be able to just work something out with what's there. Let's see. This part was really funky right here. What I think I'm going to do though, hold on one second. I think I'm going to actually duplicate that cadence. So let me just try something. So I think I'm going to so let's go. I think I want to approach it that way. Let's try a pass and see how it feels. I think that actually felt pretty good. Trying to get out of that. So the other thing is I'm working on a very teeny little 37 note board in front of me. So I'm switching octaves when I need to go down in the midst of the performance. Not transposing, just jumping octaves. Go for one more. I'm just trying to find. Just trying to find a way to get out of it smoothly. Alright, I'm just stick with that for right now. And I could go from here and do a leading tone, but then that's gonna like a da da da, but that's gonna make it go into the next phrase, and I don't want it. I want it to break down from there. I just want these strings just for this one part, at least right now. Knowing me though, I probably will get fancy and decide to do something in the beginning with these strings and then have them come back here. I mean, I just even when I say I'm gonna try to do something pretty swiftly, I can't help but get caught up in the creativity of it. That's an artist for you, along with a producer. So for right now, let's just quantize this, quantize in order to get it on beat perfectly, and then let's see how it sounds. Timing thing there. Okay. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that performance. Now, again, I'm a perfectionist, so I actually would sit here and do that like again and again, and because I would keep making little nuanced new decisions. But I'm not going to overproduce it today. I'm just going to keep it simple. So the one thing I do need to do, and this is a quick editing thing, is I'm going to go back and just jump into a few of these little timing discrepancies and iron those out and keep it moving. So here we go. Now I'm gonna let me do this just so you all can, for at least 15 seconds, hear this up close and personal. So there was, sorry about that, my mouse keeps jumping. There was, see that timing discrepancy right there. Now I wanted to solo this because I roll through editing pretty fast. And so I wanted you to at least hear it bare bones first. Let me throw on the clip so that way we can have a timing reference. All right, that's in front of the beat. Now, this is a little producer's tip. After a while, you get to learn to read these grids really, really quickly. The nudge value is your best friend here if you're a Pro Tools user, because when you're moving through fast, you don't have to click and drag. You can just click and use your plus and minus on your keypad and move pretty fast through your edits, as well as you can drag. So, and this nudge value is wrong. That's why it's not supposed to be a triplet. So, yeah, but I wanted to move through editing pretty fast. So I'm going to do some editing here, and then I'm going to throw the music back in and just kind of fly through. But here we are. Okay, so that first one is really where I just need to move this down. Sorry that I keep jumping this screen. I just need to get these over to the bar, and I need to get these back. Let me change my nudge value because it's too small. It was 30-second notes, and if you notice, it took away some of the lines because 16th notes. We need this in front of the bar, and let's go here. 16th notes, got that, plus, and then we're on point. Just clipping a few of these as we go. Stretch that over the bar, move it back, move this back, stretch this out to make sure. Take that back, that was over the bar. This is early. I'm sorry, I said early and then I moved it back. My mouse keep doing this. It's early. Okay, so that is incorrect, and so we'll fix that. I said this was early and then I moved it even earlier. So this should be boom, 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 boom. Move this up so it's not bouncing around like that. Move this there, that there, and we're done, I think. Okay, and that's it. Done. Put it in context. Here we go. From the bridge. Take it from the bridge. got apart. So what were these? Can't even remember. Were these? What was the patch? Studiotron strings. So for sake of quick references, they will be string 2. Strings 2. Plural. All right. And this is strings. Okay. The next thing I want to do, now this is another, I guess you could say a little quick tip. So basically, to give the whole story, the organ that's in here, I already have it set as far as my drawbar settings and everything. Let's go pull it up. So I already have this set as far as my drawbar settings. And let me show you. Actually, that's not supposed to be like that. That's muddy. Okay. So let me. Okay. Let me show you something real quick. Because I think I actually had this back here. It's just that I got to move back a little bit farther in the song. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. So right now, I've actually got to get rid of a few of these lower notes. But I'm going to wait for that because I might just EQ those off. Here's what I'm getting at. This organ is pretty soft. And for sake of keeping it moving, I pretty much kept the drawbar settings pretty simple. Now here's where it would open up. But if you notice, it's not as open. It's still pretty soft. Now actually, something else is going on here too, because I got a lot of low frequency information. Okay, so there we go. It's starting to brighten up. But the customer wants it brighter than that. And right now, I don't have the opportunity because I need another piece of equipment that I don't have in my studio anymore in order to go back and change these drawbar settings pretty quickly. So what I did was, instead of messing with the organ, I'm leaving the organ the way that it is, and I'm just adding a few other elements on top of that. That's where the string track that we just did came into play. And then I'm getting ready to add another track that's a chimes track. And then all of a sudden, without opening up this organ, the strings and the chimes are going to beef up the sound as the customer wanted. She wanted it beefed up. And so I recorded the drums already. And so those are a little bit more beefed up. The bass is a little bit more beefed up in 4. It's a little bit more busy. And I've got strings, and I'm going to throw some chimes in there. So for sake of, let's see, let's go through it. Let's make a new stereo instrument track. So that was just kind of a way of showing you how I'm going to beef it up without doing what I would normally do, which is go back to the organ and just open the organ way up. Let's do chimes. Like bells. It's another little easy way to beef it up. The instrument I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to literally just use expand, which for you all that are Pro Tools users knows that, you know, this is just the program that comes with Pro Tools. So I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to go to, not there. Going to go here. I'm going to, this is how you audition sounds, by the way. I didn't know this for years. You go up here to this little icon, and this is how you audition sound. So I'm going to go to bells, and usually the easiest ones that always work, they usually are called crystal or something close. Crystal is a sound that's in most libraries. Now, I think this one maybe under a different name. Let's see. So, gotta arm my track. Okay, that's definitely not the sound we want. We want a little belly crystally sound, and it's kind of a universal sound that works for a number of different things. Now, if you don't have a bell called crystal, then just listen for something that's kind of like this. And this could actually work. Let me see. The only thing I like about that is it's a little music boxy. You can imagine putting your baby to sleep to that. And the duck ran down the street. Okay. I'm actually looking for, that's nice, cascading bells. I'm going to come back to this sound and use these for something different. Something like this. Something deep. All right. So here we go. I'm just looking for a simple, okay, it usually sounds like this. The only thing I don't like about this, which I don't think I'm going to be willing to change in this moment, is the sustain. It's sustaining way too long. Now I could use these. In fact, I think I may. Let's give it some volume. So this is close. I want a little less synthetic and a little bit more chime, but this might be what I'm working with. Let's audition maybe. There we go. Actually, no, we still, let's see, let me try one of the lines from the, the thing I'm worried about is that, now the song is slow enough to where it may not matter. If you listen to this, and it's still ringing. Okay, now it just stopped ringing. That's way too long for what I need. I don't want the sound to bleed over that long. That's shorter, but that's not like belly enough. But I never try to get caught up in library sounds. You find something that works and you roll with it. So I'm going to audition a few more. This might work. Now I actually want a little bit more sheen on this, but that might work. So it's either going to be this, it's going to be classic bell, there we go, there we go. Okay, so make a note, if you're a Pro Tools user and you need a quick crystal belly kind of thing, Wavetable Bells 3 is close to crystal. I could go through more. Let's see. I'll go through 2 or 3 more. D-tune, definitely not. That's actually pretty cool. It's sorry about that. Scratching my face. This has, actually, this might even be better. This has the percussive attack. And since the person I'm doing this for wants it beefed up, that's beef. It's got some extra beef in there. Let's see how it sounds, because that's the other thing too. I haven't played it with the music, which is the most important part. So let's try it in context. I'm gonna go to the bridge. Sorry. try to do is follow the strings, and I didn't do a good job of it there because I'm just kind of freestyling, but I try to follow the pattern of the strings to let the bells and the strings kind of meet, and at certain points go in opposite directions to create contrast and hit different aspects of the harmony. Like that line there. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Now, I have to say, these actually, and this is why you can never be able to you can never make judgments in a vacuum. You can never make a good judgment in a vacuum, because by itself, that percussive aspect was cool. It actually is getting drowned in the mix right now. And not because the song is not mixed, it's just that the sound, I may actually need something a little bit more aggressive. That's why it's a whole different thing when you put everything together. The only issue right now is that I can't, let's do it this way. I might use this actually. So I think I am going to use this. Now the one thing, so like I told you all, I'm sitting here in front of a 37 note. So there's only so many notes I'm able to play where I'm playing 3 octaves at a time. So what I'm going to do is move to my right to my 88 key keyboard. And what's going to make this work for me, I just noticed it at the very end, is when I play the B flat and then I'm playing those 2 octaves, it wasn't enough beef until I added this high one. And then I was like, there's the beef. So I have to actually play most of this part with 3 notes. And sorry, just give me a second. I'm just moving over to my 88 key piano. Okay. And one more adjustment. So while I'm doing this, I'm just plugging my pedal up. Yeah, there's a lot of times when you play chimes that you may play just 2 octaves, and that may be enough. You may not want it too heavy. And then there'll be other times when you'll play 3 octaves, and sometimes when you'll play 4 octaves. Okay, we're in business. Actually, I don't even think I needed that because the sound has its own sustain mechanism. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the hard bells. So let's just do a pass, and then I'll settle on some things and then run through. stop at that very. Let's see. I think I might stop there. I just don't want this to clash with the E that's going to be coming next in the other instruments. Okay, I think it fades out fast enough. And I think the tempo of the song is slow enough. Let's try it one more time. So, I'm gonna just do a 5, and then 5, 1. I'm gonna just do a simple 5, 5, 1, and I think that'll also make this connect as well. That little E flat, just octave thing that I did there that I liked because it's right, it's correct, but I wanted something to make it feel better as far as transition. By me putting these bells here, it reinforces this idea, which makes it sound more solidified and confident, like that's how it's supposed to be. So I like to compose like in the moment, because that's how I make the tracks sound really live and organic. Okay, so let's have a go at it. Here we go. Back one more time, and let me also make sure I'm actually recording. Okay, let's see. Yep, we were. So that's kind of messed up on one note, so I'm gonna go back and make this thing bigger. Say I don't want this. Not going to do that. Then I'm just going to go to the 1. Let's do one more run at that, and I think I got it. At this point. it. All right, so that was pretty straightforward. All I want to do now is go in here and quantize this. If you notice, here's the downbeats. If you notice, I'm ahead of everything, and the main reason why that is because of the latency, the delay. Because if you notice, it's consistently behind. I don't push the beat that much, but if you notice, it's consistent. So I'm actually really on beat, or at least close enough to beat. So simple quantize here, which makes it all right. And let's listen back. That's it for that. So now I know that there's going to be something else that comes into play here, and that is this. When it comes to chimes, they don't just fall in one part. They fall in more parts of the song than that. So one of the things I may do is just go back and just literally freestyle through the song and just play those chimes at different parts, things that are sensible, just so that it can be layered through the song. Like there, bing, you know, something to just provide accents. Let's see how it goes. I'm just gonna do a run through. So the goal is to be sparse and to just do little accents here and there. So literally just one. Now I actually could, I want to see something. I could outline the second part of that melody. Let's see if it's too much. Played the lines in a couple days. Let me see something. So, I guess it's just me. 10 years ago, I would have loved it. Now it's correct. It's right. I could lay it down, but to me, I think it's because the way I built the instrumental, the intro. The intro, it just kind of sits on its own. It's kind of fine without it. I might just do like a quick 5-1 kind of thing, maybe at the very end. that. Okay, I think I'm gonna just kind of skip through here. And then I think I'm gonna reiterate that same thing at the end of this second verse. So maybe just another 5-1. And maybe I'll go up this time instead of down to give it a contrast from the beginning. And that's it. Alright, now let me see going into the bridge. Okay, yeah, so I'll do it one more time going into bridge. Maybe I can even add a little bit extra here in contrast from these two. These were simple, just a 5-1, 5-1. The song is building. Let's see, I could add just a little bit more to give contrast and to keep building. Then it might just go into the bridge really well. So I think I might actually do that. Maybe going up to the 5. I think I'm gonna do that, and then let that next one hit, and then I think we're good. I'm gonna jump to the end and see. Let's see, I got all three there, all three notes. So let's just back it up here. The other note. So I put one other higher octave there. Let's see. Going up. Nah, I'll leave it off. Drum, knew something was up. My snares right here is supposed to be a flam, but they're side by side. So I gotta move this over so it'll go kra as opposed to just on top of each other. It's supposed to be a flam. There we go. All right. So we come through the bridge and okay. Okay, so the only thing I want to do, I believe, let's see if I want one more octave there, the higher octave. Let's try it. If it feels good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. It's a feeling I'm going for, but I'm just not getting it. Let me see if I hit it soft. Nope. It's reiterating the same idea twice, and I don't like it. So that's it. Now, I do think there might be room for it at the very end, because chimes usually add a little dreamy like aspect to the ending. Something's going on with my piano part too. My piano part is perfect, but like some of my natural little things kind of disappeared. Anyway, I'll go back and figure that out. But I think I think that'll work there. So I could do the line there, like I doubled up in the right before the bridge. I could do it there too. And I say that because that's the like third verse. I didn't mark it properly, but it's supposed to be, that's like a third verse. So let's maybe do that. All right, and now that takes us to the outro. All right, a simple 2-5-1 there on the chimes. In fact, I think I might start from that F, that 2. Sorry. Let me see if I want to do that 6 or the 2. Real simple, nothing deep. I'm, like I said, trying to keep this real simple. Just gonna move these over just a little bit. There we go. The cymbal is hitting a little bit after. So I'll move the cymbal out a little bit. There's the cymbal, move it out. Oh no, moved the wrong way, sorry. There we go. Now, I actually want to show this right here because I'm going to clean this up. So this is your cymbals. This is a cymbal swell. Now, I have a little technique that I use for this that I'm going to see if I can pull off here. This is just a simple kind of raggedy version right here. You know, it's not that good. But what I do is I'll do this so that I can get an idea for how long I want it naturally. And then from there, then I'll go back and do some step recording and do a few things. So let me show you what I mean. Let's first get the drums pulled back up. All right, there we go. Okay, wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, I see. 1 second, having some. All right, there we go. So, what I'm really trying to go for there is a paradiddle kind of thing, like a right, left, right, left, left, right. Now, as of right now, the cymbals aren't going to sound the same volume like they should. But in the end, it'll be correct because I have to go change some other things. But I want this to be a faster swell. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm basically going to use 30-second notes. Let's see if we can get this. I think I'm going to start off and do 16th notes first, and then 30 seconds. Let's give it a try. Let's start feeling it out. You see something? Oh, sorry. Gotta get rid of this. I was recording over what was already there by mistake, adding to it. I don't want to add to it. So from here, let's go see if we can get our paradiddle in. Okay. So what I really want is, even if it starts off slow, I want it to pick up into 30-second notes here. Oh, and I forgot to do one other thing. I need to set to use the input velocity. So that way, however hard I hit it is what it'll record instead of just one static velocity. All right, let's see something. Okay. So basically, I think I might drag it out to about right here. So let's go. I'm gonna do that one more time. A couple more actually here. I'll get rid of this one. Alright, now that's pretty much it, and I'm really keeping it simple because I don't want to go crazy. This isn't to win Grammys. It's just so someone can just sing to and have a good old time. Oops, I keep recording on the wrong track. Okay, and so now what you have is an actual pattern that's closer to what a real drummer would do. And that is, there's one more added piece to it that really brings it out. If I go down here and I mess with the velocity, here this is showing how soft and how loud I'm getting. Now what will really make this convincing is to take and to make it really ramp up properly. So I can take my drawing tool, my line, and I can basically start here and create a contour upward and play around with this until it sounds good. Okay, so let's try this. Now again, everything in a vacuum is going to sound one way. So it might not sound the best here, but when we put it in context, it might be convincing. I always like for the last couple to kind of really ramp up because it really emulates a drummer. Okay, let's just see how that sounds in context. Now, only thing I need to do really is get rid of. First, let me bring this back down. I like a little bit more subtle. Less is more. Less is always more. And then also want to get rid of this. I think I want to start later. That's it. That's it. And then just a little ride cymbal triplet, and then we are good. Back it up to let you hear it in context. That's it. I should have let it play a little bit longer, but I was thinking about something else too because I really want to add a couple more of these ride cymbals. I really want to hit that ding, 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 ding. So I think I might actually just record this and just get these out of here and do it again. Let me see. And then from there it'll go into the crash cymbal. So it won't be perfect, but you know, just trying to keep it simple. Sorry about that. I need to first do like a little crash into it. This, which I just interfered with because I recorded into it and didn't mean to. So that's pretty much great for my purposes, especially of this video. It's just I'm going to dig into that more deeply in other videos to show you some other little tricks. But that's just one for creating a cymbal swell via step recording and also playing it as well. And that's it. So this is pretty much a wrap. I recorded an extra string part, a chimes part that we took through the entire track. Before starting the video, I redid the bass part and I redid the drum part for example. One final thing I'm going to do, which I actually should have done a while ago, is I've got to give you some context as far as what the track sounded like before I beefed it up and now. So let's just do a quick import of the first track that I did, the draft, and then we shall go from there. This will give you some context, and that way you can see the comparison. It was a lot less dynamic during the bridge, and that was because my particular approach now is not as intense as it used to be when it comes to this kind of music. It's kind of laid back. But for the sake of this track and for this example, I figured I'd take the opportunity, since the customer did want more energy, to just kind of show the process. So this is the track. This is the track before, and let me go back in the middle of the second verse or toward the end so you can hear it go into the bridge. Sorry. Let me turn it down. So here's the bridge right here. So this is actually the part that we changed. So that was more downscaled, as you can see. It's probably pretty boring to you, especially if you're into like intense gospel. Now let me just play the beginning of the bridge again, and then I'm going to switch over to the other track so you can really hear where the main difference occurred. So this is going into the bridge with the first track. Okay, now here's where we are now. Much more energy. You can hear much more energy there. And like I said, I tried to give it some more energy while still kind of keeping it in context with who I am as a musician. These days when I play a gospel tune, I can't play with as much intensity as some of the other stuff that I hear, because it's just not how I hear the music. So there's one other thing in here too that I want to add, because now listen to the whole thing in context. That little walk up, this walk here, bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. That part there, I want to go ahead and outline that with chimes as well. Da 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 da. And I'm gonna go. I think I'll go ahead to that leading tone. And so I have the liberty to do this now that I listen to it in context, because it feels pretty good. It doesn't feel like it'll be too much. So I'm just going to record from here to really up into this top line. All right, here we go. Okay, it looped on me. And actually, I was gonna redo it anyway because I want to take that ending. I was gonna just erase that ending. that's it. That little build works there. And now all I've got to do is just do a last touch up as far as quantizing in order to take these and slide them back on the beat. I'm going to quantize it to 16th notes because it's pretty simple. And I'll go through a lot more of this stuff in detail in future tutorials. This was as quick as I can make quick, and we haven't gotten to the mixing part yet, which means we have a video for tomorrow, because I'm going to just do a quick mix on this as well and put the finishing touches, and then we're out the door. So one more time, the bridge, just to hear it in context, and we'll just end on that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop a line, let me know if any of this was helpful. My goal is to do long vlogs like this, long tutorials, because you get a chance to see every nook and cranny of the process. And I know that when I was coming up as a beginning engineer, there was a series that came out called Multi-Platinum Pro Tools. And that company put out videos where they didn't edit down the videos. So you got the hours and hours worth of video. And I found that to be very helpful, because most of the questions that we have lie in like the nooks and crannies. And so I'm going to do more tutorials like this that are long tutorials, and just drop a line, let me know what you think. All right, so let's listen to this and then we're out of here. Family, right before you go, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it for your hobby or your career goals. As an educator who likes to refer to himself as a sharer, my goal is to give my way to success. I'm gonna give my way to success. And if you know me, you know that my two life mantras are, what I know, you know. My goal is to have one impact. If I can help someone, my living is not in vain. So I've decided to base the entire educational side of my brand purely on a donation system. Yes, a donation system. And as a person who loves to share, I never want to have to make teaser videos where I give away some of the information in order to sell the rest of the information just to try to make a living like this. Okay, so let's take it from the top and put it all together. So we've got And so for that last chord, you want to check out the full tutorial on my site for only $19.95. Seriously. So to cater to the type of person that I am, I'd rather just give all the information away and base the entire system on a donation. This way I can focus on just pouring out the information to you with no hesitation. So here's how it works. To help me to sustain the process of making these videos, which requires hours of production, recording, and editing time, and to help me to sustain my living while doing it, I'm asking that you make a donation every, say, 3 to 5 videos, or every video if you like, in one of a couple ways. Now, the one that would mean the most to me is probably the easiest for you to do, and that is to donate 99 cents. Yes, 99 cents for each video where you learn something new or where it helps you in your process. The way that you can do that is by downloading one of my songs from one of my two sites, either my personal site with my original music or my performance track site that features hundreds and hundreds of instrumentals and backing tracks. This way, it's something easy to afford, and I get a chance to have a home in your music library. The other options are via my Patreon account or by PayPal or Cash App. and you can donate as little or as much as you want, as often as you want. Again, I know it might seem crazy, but I'm convinced that for me, this is the way to go because of the fact that I'm releasing and will continue to release daily videos giving away as much information as possible. Education, expertise, or just crazy ideas for what they're worth. And if not, at least share the video with as many people as possible to spread the information. That would help my overall goal as well. So again, thanks so much for watching the video. Subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can make sure you see the daily videos that I release. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.